Well, guys, you can run, but you can't hide from the same Red Dragon map over and over and over again. We'll go through the deck review and then we'll get back to it. Right, so this is the deck review for Vikalaric, and he's playing as Norway. Norway does not have a Helo tab in this game, which in Warno is not that weird, right? But in Wargame Red Dragon, it's very, very, very weird. There's just no Helo tab. So typically when people play Norway, they play as part of the Scandinavian coalition. Generally, it gets a bunch of Leopard 1s, some nice IFEs. It gets the CV90 basically, which he's only brought one card of. But yeah, it's actually not got an ATGM on it. It's got 6 armor and a Bushmaster too, and that would be about 50 Warno bucks. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, basically they just do the same thing every time. They get some fobs, they get some arty, right? And so he's got his 2 fobs, he's got his supply CVs in this game. You get loads of them, like 6 in this card, which is crazy. So then he's got 3 M270s because it comes in a card of 3 apparently. And then yeah, you get so this is just an Ihawk. I don't know why it's called a Noah. I like the NASAMS thing. I think it's really funny because it fires all the missiles really, really quick. But if you're just fighting across a river, I guess the Noahs make sense. M109's like the RT on this div isn't that amazing, but this is a sort of upgraded M109. It's just in this game. It's like an extra tier of RT that appears above this, which would beat this. And this div doesn't get it. Whereas if you played as Sweden, for example, they get the B can. This is a 80. Sorry, anti-helo. It's anti-helo. So there's 2 RBSs. One's anti-helo and one's anti-ground. This is the anti-helo one. Here's the another anti-helo one. Okay. No infantry ATGMs. Oh, you get the Erics, which is nice. But it doesn't have the range, right? We got some Fallschirmjäger, but in Norwegian. So shock trained 15 guys. MG3s in this are actually good. And yeah, this is just like a 50 car vehicle. It's basically like a VAB. And then yeah, the CV90, the RBS, FSK are nice. Typically, people bring them in helicopters, and the availability stays the same. But you want to see the NO version has 2 armor. Okay, interesting. And so he could have brought that. Oh, but it loses its amphibious capability. And given the map they're playing on, that can actually matter. So yeah, the amphibious is probably more worth it than the 2 armor. Yeah, tanks, you don't get any heavy tanks, you just get M48s and Leopard 1A5s. Obviously in Warno, Leopard 1A5s are all you really need, but yeah, in this game it's not like that really. Some snipers, sniper team, exceptional stealth. They actually get AT, which is interesting. And then a bunch of these, which has what on it exactly? A 37mm autocannon, kind of. 20 rounds a minute, 37mm. Interesting. Some sort of helicopter recon, and then whatever the hell this is, like a Chappie or something. I don't. A TOW2 launcher, but like the stealth is poor on this. Although it has a size modifier, which I think is just like reverse ECM basically. It's not actually going to give it more stealth. So this is better in this case because both of them would get spotted at the same time. Air, so you get something called Puff, which is very funny. And then the F-16 with AMRAAMs, F-16 with bombs, Starfighter with napalm for the opener, so you can napalm the spawn road. Very funny on this map. Starfighter with cluster. And then they always play with the Navy tab so that they can get extra stuff. Basically, his Navy tab's basically always the same. You get Tomcat, you get 2 of these, because it is anti-air and anti-ship. And then, you know, an extra seed plane, I suppose. And then some CVs, and this is what, like a little patrol boat. The Navy tab in Red Dragon is obviously a horror show. But yes, we've come to love it over the years, casting the same game over and over. Right, so with that out of the way, as you can see, it's a truly inspired deck. So we've got Mr. Shrimpler doing the same thing he always does, attacking on the left here. And then we got Vikalaric doing the same thing he always does, playing in the middle here. And then they always have some third guy who they just don't really give a shit about. The only reason this person is here is so that they can have the Navy tab. That's the impression I get. So they've got 3 fobs, 4 fobs. So that's 1 less than usual, only 4 fobs. In terms of the divs, you know, this is just pure Norway. And then this is Dutch. Sorry, South African. My bad. So South African's one of the newer ones. It's got an absolutely awful sound in it that is very, very difficult to listen to. Some of the gun sounds are just terrible. So we get to put up with those for the next 50 minutes. That's cool. And then on the right, we got a Franco-German. It's called Eurocorps. Their opponents have 3 fobs. So it might, wow, so this time they're only 1 fob behind. Basically, these guys, they're like those lobby, you know, everybody you see on Reddit complaining about those Chinese lobbies where they just stack all one side of a 10v10, and then you go into the 10v10 and there's 10 stack of Chinese on PACT, and you're like, okay. And then you go into the other 10v10 server and there's a 10 stack of Chinese on NATO. And they just refuse to play against each other because they just want to noob stomp. This is like that. They just invite you into this game where they play the same map over and over again. I did ask him about it. He said he's been doing it for 3 years, which, okay. We try not to judge too harshly on the Hippie YouTube channel. But, yeah, you know, there is more to life. Maybe. So, yeah, their opponents, we've got Drake playing as Yugo Entente, it's called. So it's like Czechoslovakia and Yugoslavia as a mixed nation. And then we've got Margru playing as McGrew, sorry. Wait, hang on. Playing also as Anton, or is he just pure Czechs? No, he's playing as Czechoslovakia Polish, which is apparently a thing. So that's non-Soviet Warsaw Pact, I think. Yeah. And then on the right here, we've got Matty playing as Finland, pure Finland, or Baltic Front. Yeah, looks like he's playing as pure Finland. Finland in this game is red because they needed more red nations, so they just made them red. Okay, so just get used to it. All right, let's cast the game. Right, so they're off, and it's time for me to thank the generous channel joiners. Generously joining the channel, they get their names on the screen, they get the videos early, they get members exclusive videos. 1 join at the lowest levels with 2,000 views, so if you're feeling bad about your ad block, it's a great way to support the channel. At the highest tier, the tier 4 channel membership, you get the ability to send me 1 game to cast per calendar month. And some people take it upon themselves to troll the shit out of me by just sending me the same Wargame Red Dragon map once a month. So here we are. It is a different game every time, but they just do the same thing. And, you know, it does make you think. So the CV90, pretty cool in this game. Sadly, not in Wano, right? But it doesn't have an ATGM on it in this, which in real life I thought it did, but maybe that was a later upgrade after 95. This is the sound we've come to know and love from the South Africans. So something a bit different this time is that somebody's playing as Yugo, which is popular, but for whatever reason, it's the first time we've seen it in these games. And yeah, everybody's just driving into each other and dying. And now we have an immediate surrender. So that's interesting. In Wargame Red Dragon, it's a lot better if your teammate surrenders than in Wano, because you take over all his units, and you get his income, and you get a boost in availability, which is obviously the better way of doing it. So cluster bombs there, or just regular bombs? Regular bombs. So that is the better way of doing it. In Warno, which came out later, and is developed by the same company, they decided to make it replaced by the AI and not give you an option to change that. So, and you know, one wonders why, and to this day I have no idea why they decided to get something good and break it. But such is the way with Eugen. You can either get mad and crash out, which happens all the time with these YouTubers. One of them came back recently. There's a guy called Rang Crew, and he was very popular, and I've only spoken to him a couple of times, seems like a normal bloke. They're going to cap this, so... and yeah, he made a melty video about Wano called WTF Are You Doing, Eugen? Got himself blacklisted. And that basically just happens on like a continuous basis. I'll admit, as Wano has matured, there have been fewer of these cases, right? He was the most recent one, and that was about 2 years ago, so... Oh, that's not true. I suppose Emperor Nate does it once every 3 months. But yeah, they crash out. They get mad at Eugen. And who can blame them, frankly, you know? Like, well, here was a system that worked perfectly and you broke it. Why did you break it? Change it back. No. Ho 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 ho! Je ne comprends pas. So, yeah, I mean, the South Africans were added to the game a lot later, and so they have some interesting sounds. Like the sounds, they're just too loud. Inflict. That's the first time I've seen that. So it's got a 107mm coilless rifle that only shoots at infantry. So it's like an SPG-19 but better because it's got 4 HE. Interesting. But yeah, it looks like Blue are winning. I mean, the main thing is it's a 2v3, so I don't know, I don't understand people's mentality when they play on this map. So you're stuck on this river, right? And attacking across the river is really, really, really hard. So surely you should just get a CV out as soon as possible and just get that point lead, because whoever has to attack is going to get screwed over. But for whatever reason, they just don't do it. Like, it's been 5 minutes. This guy's just brought that out. So yeah, blanket bomber there. Looks like it's going to get out. There was no long-range AA here, just these manpad teams. Admittedly, there's 3 of them, and they've got some nice range on that manpad. But it's 4 HE, so you'd have to hit it 3 times, which is probably not going to happen with 3 manpads, right? Commandosi in this game are a lot better than they are in Wano. There's 15 guys in this. And there are differentiations between the machine guns in this game, unlike in Wargame Red Dragon and so on. So yeah, I mean, it looks like Blue are doing well for themselves in mid. I mean, they've basically lost it over here. It looks like Matty is buying CVs, as are his opponents. So yeah, they didn't manage to get a big point lead there, so big problem. So sniper, oh yeah, these guys have it's a 20mm sniper bullet, which is, what is that, a 50 cal, or is that its own thing? .50 is not in centimeters, is it? I mean, is it? It might be. I could look it up. NTW20. No, apparently it's just its own thing. 20mm by 82mm, or 20mm by 110mm. Interesting. So yeah, it can kill vehicles basically. It's got a 2 AP, so it is kind of like the 50 cal off you know, 9th US, and I believe it's getting added to something else. So we're seeing some naval action here. I'm surprised this thing has the ground clearance to sail over that. I'm getting stuck. And yeah, it looks like they're just gonna do nothing to these for a very long time. Just slowly shoot that and... Alright. Oh, it's one of these. These are so much cooler in this game than they are in Warno. This is another thing that Wargame Red Dragon just does so much better. Do you notice how it fires all the rockets at once and just goes BAM? That's so much cooler. But for whatever reason, one step forwards, one step backwards. The only solution is to make your own game, like the Broken Arrow guys did. Broken Arrow STB, Steel Backlever. They were... Wow. It's got ECM or something. It does, okay. But yeah, the whole point is you're supposed to get escorts, not these. You can get things that actually intercept the missiles, smaller ships that intercept the missiles, and you put those in front of it. And crucially, you want to hide this behind the thing, so it doesn't get shot constantly, because they got out, so they'll be back in a couple of minutes. But yeah, this thing is pretty cool. It doesn't give you the reload time or anything, but it is low. Okay, that was interesting. I did want to zoom in on this. So yes, this is in Warno as well. The Pram, 120mm mortar. In Warno, it's got conkers on it as well, and it's like stupidly cheap for no reason. Doesn't really make any sense, but... I don't understand why it keeps doing that. No, I wanna look at this. It really, really wants me to look at that. Incredible, incredible. What a game. So yeah, you can get ATGM launchers and they'll, you know, kill these things. So the main thing you can get is called a Sea Buster, and it's a lot of fun. It just fires a bunch of harpoon anti-ship missiles at once, and you can get like 2 of them in the card. Admittedly, Vic's not brought it that time. He usually does bring it. It's very useful. So, will Blue get a CV in here? I guess they're in no big hurry. They've got 40 minutes. Woohoo! I never get tired of seeing that though. It's a very, very funny. Oh, well, it looks like he's not coming back. I got taken out by what exactly? Oh yeah, the SAS South Africa, Special Air Service Africa. Not sure what the not sure how that fits in really. But anyway, they've got stingers like the ones in Warno. And also the ones in Red Dragon, but they've got Appelas instead, so they're even better. Like, what kind of squad is that? Look how crazy that squad is. And that would cost you 70 points in Warno. For an Appelas and a Stinger with Special Forces. Or Elite. Elite in this game, it's Special Forces. So yeah, +1 for Red. A lot of it comes down to... this zone here, basically. And also, if Blue contests this, the tick will stop. But if Blue contests this, then the tick will go up to +1. So, plenty of time to sort that out. I've become a much more relaxed person in recent years. You know, I always used to want to do stuff and go somewhere and be somebody. But now I've realised that the optimum strategy is to just play the same map for 3 years, and that's clearly the That's clearly the path to happiness. To just do the same thing on the same map in the same obscure French video game for 3 years. I think I'm going to give that a go now. I mean, I do have a lot of hours in Warno, right? So I was waiting for these guys to run away or something, but there they are, running away. They're called Silo. I cannot wait for Yugoslavia to be added in Warno. You know it's going to happen at some point. It's just a question of when. And boy, will it be retarded. There's basically a guy who helps them out who's like a serious Yugoslavian nationalist. Like, that's not an exaggeration. And I believe he's the reason why Yugoslavia in Red Dragon is so retarded as well. Where it's just got a load of made-up crap. Like, just actual unicorn units that just never existed. Part of it, of course, is also they want to sell the DLC. There were a lot more like that in Wano, in Red Dragon. In Wano, there isn't really... It's not pay to win at all. A lot of the new ones that come out are just excruciatingly mid. It's pay to lose. If you think about what the strongest divs in the game are, 2nd Panzergren base game division, 79Y base game division, 6Y sort of base game division. It was, if you bought it in the early access, you got that one for free. What else? 119Y, same thing as 6Y, I think. A pseudo base game division. 20th Polish, admittedly, a North Ag division, a DLC division. Who else is S tier? 3rd Armoured. People get mad when I say 3rd Armoured. There's a guy, he was top 2 and 3 on the Wano leaderboards for a few days, only played 3rd Armoured. One of them is still only playing 3rd Armoured. He has lost one game, and it's the one game he wasn't playing 3rd Armoured, from what I understand, because he has one PACT game. And the other one, he was also only playing 3rd Armoured, and then he sort of got cyberbullied. Basically, I just kept having a go at him, and I assume, well, to be honest, I think the driving force was he saw somebody else doing it, and he's like, oh, okay, this isn't my thing anymore, I gotta find something new. So now he switched to playing 17Y, which admittedly is a weak div. So, although people said that about 3rd Armoured before he started playing it, so maybe he knows something we don't, right? Maybe he's figured something out. But yeah, if you've got a guy who's played like 50 games of ranked and never lost a game as this one division that he always plays, and he's ranked 2, right, and there's somebody else who was rank 3 and did the same thing, and he played even less other divs, right, literally just played 3rd Armoured 2 seasons in a row, and then people still say, oh yeah, it's a weak div. Well, what, you know, clearly it is not. Sadly, there's a lot of contrarian retards around. You know what they say, the biggest argument against democracy is a 5-minute conversation with the average Wano player. So they're just sort of blind looking for the CV here. Have they considered sending a recon healer like this one? Wouldn't that be crazy if he just set this up? Whoa, there it is, and then the bomber can... Well, what can I say? So, Blue finally getting a CV over to here. Never mind. And yeah, what the hell is this? Like a Pion? It's 152mm, so I guess not. It's got more in common with an Acacia. It's from 1991, apparently. So, I mean, obviously Finland a little bit behind on the older technology. This is a Pion. There it is. So, very low rate of fire. But in this game, so this is another thing Red Dragon does better. The dispersion is actually listed on the unit, and different units have different dispersions. Okay, well that's a bad example. They both got the same, but they, but in Wano, it basically is almost the same, and it just changes with distance. So having big range means you have small dispersion. But yeah, they don't list the dispersion, so it's not like a separate stat. I mean, it probably is still a separate stat when they do the calculations. Don't understand why I can't really hear what's going on. Do you know what I mean? Like, everything's really quiet. I'll try and turn that up. Inject some excitement into this. Okay, that explains a lot. So there you go, now you can't hear me, which is probably for the best, because I had nothing useful to say in Wargame Red Dragon. So these are apparently transports which get smoke launchers on them, so that's an interesting, probably very good idea. And there they go. They did have something inside, now they do not. And they're both still alive, so I'm not sure what happened there. Definitely said it had something inside before. Did it just like kill whatever it was transporting? I mean, how does that work? I mean, obviously in real life it would make sense, right? It is crazy just watching these things just sit there and do no damage. Ugh. Anyway, blue's finally on that +1. And presumably they're just going to sit there for the next 32 minutes. One day, dear viewer, one day in the distant future, my game will sell. Hearst Hero will sell. And I'll say, no more Tier 4 channel memberships. And I'll never have to watch another Wargame Red Dragon game for as long as I live, but until that day comes. So like, this is another made-up plane. Actually, that might just be a Draken or something. But I do seem to remember the South Africans getting a plane that just wasn't real. As do the Yugoslavians. They get this L-19 thing, that the Yugoslavian domestic jet. Such an incredible feat of engineering. Truly, it's incredible how powerful the these Eastern, these Asiatic hordes were. And that's why their empires stood the test of time. Yugoslavia, of course, lasted a super long time. So, yeah, I mean, I don't understand why I didn't just hide it behind here. But there it is. Stick around and die. Buy escorts? Nah. Move it? Nah. Sit around and die? Yeah. So, not sure what that... I'm trying to zoom in on it. The game's not having it. It's bright green, though. That's cool. I really like these limb things. They're very funny. They don't do a whole lot against anything other than, infantry, but I wish Warno had a rocket thing like that. It's definitely possible in the code for it to just shoot them all at once. But, alas, one step forwards, one step back, right? So, presumably this is about to die. I don't really see it being able to survive these, as they fire their hellfires eventually. There's no LOS tool or whatever, you can't view the ranges in this. It's obviously a big step down, but, it's like 10 years older game, so... But yeah, ships have a bit more health than ground targets, so that was a lot of hellfires, right? Oh, here we go again. It's kind of loud, actually, okay? You see where my volume was turned down. Anyway, so yeah, this is generally what happens. The line tends to be drawn on the river. And then both sides just kind of sit there. So blue on a +2 now. 20 minutes left. This thing, yeah, so South Korea was like the only nation with a big bomb, and then the DLC obviously power creep, and I'm not sure, did that drop? It didn't even drop. It didn't die though somehow. Okay. So yeah, this is a big part of why you get a Navy tab. Right, so these two planes are from the air tab, but the reason they play on Navy, like, they don't care if this guy just quits at the start. They just need those extra planes, right? So, and out of those planes you saw, most of them were from the Navy tab. L-15M. So that's a MiG-21 bis. That is some sort of Gepard equivalent there. It is radar guided, it's like a wheeled Gepard apparently. The Roycat, 35mm, which is the same as the Gepard. Are they going to unload, or are they going to blow up my eardrums? They could blow up my eardrums. Blimey, I gotta get... Like, look, I can't hit anything now. And now it's too loud. That was one tick on my mouse. Admittedly, zooming out seems to... And now it's not making any sound again. Although it might have just been because it got stunned up, like maybe it's not shooting. No, they're shooting. They're shooting. You just can't hear them. Or maybe they weren't shooting, who knows. But yeah, I mean, it's the newer stuff, right? It's not mixed into the sounds properly. The Italian stuff's similar, where it's like some of them are just really bloody loud. So Willie have learned his... I do like how they paint it red, like in, you know, Red Alert or whatever, but apparently it's anti-corrosion paint or something gay like that, but of course, you know, it's red team, so they painted red. So have they bought some escorts? They have not, they've just bought some useless shite again that doesn't escort anything. Is he going to hide it behind this so it doesn't get shot? No. Is he going to hide it behind this so it doesn't get shot? No. He's going to go and put it in the exact same place it was before and do the exact same thing again. But I suppose all of these people are just doing the exact same thing over and over and over again and have been doing for the last decade. They've been playing this game. So this is a Dana, but Czech. It's like an upgraded Dana, basically. MiG-25 coming out here. So going to drop on epic cinematic shots. It just died. I don't really think it got much of anything, but okay. How are these? They are wheeled 155mm howitzers, okay. And oh yeah, you see the dispersion, right? So I think lower is better. So 2,730 versus 4,550. But yeah, mortars in this actually do hurt people. Incidentally, these are 160mm mortars, so they're a bit better than the regular ones, right? So yeah, instead of buying some escorts so that this doesn't get hit by all those missiles, right? Because there are ships, I promise you, there are ships that have Sea-Wiz on them and missile defense and stuff. And you use those to intercept the rockets. Instead of doing that, he just keeps buying all this garbage that doesn't do anything. So he's going to try and unload these on the island. Taking a trip to Epstein Island here. Looks like they're all going to die. Well, actually, they have a lot of HP, don't they? So, are they going to unload? Oh, he unloaded something. One of them unloaded. Oh, that's interesting. It actually has a... Well, the Scots are going to die immediately because they don't have the HP boost, so... So yeah, these get the smoke launcher, so the idea is you shoot the smoke and then you unload the guys. But why do that when you can play the same game every day for 10 years and learn nothing? Why improve at anything? It takes the fun out of it, clearly. So, a whole load of nothing happening over here. Just move forwards, get RT'd, move forwards, get RT'd. This is another funny one, the Optimum. They just make so much shit up in Red Dragon. I like it, I think it's funny. So this is just some made-up tank. Definitely prefer it to what we get in Wano, where they just don't add anything, don't do anything different. So this is another way you can kill these, just fire artillery at them, because it has to be stood still to cap the zone, which is why your main defense is to hide somewhere. So if you hid behind here, they just wouldn't be able to see him, but why do that when you can just get hit over and over and over again by everything? Absolutely no sympathy for these people. So yeah, he's still not clocked it. He's just going to drive further and further into here. Have they finally bought some proper escorts? Could it be? Could it be? Oh, he's finally done it. He's finally done it. So here you go. It's got Sea-Wiz on it, so it intercepts the missiles. Incredible, right? But you're gonna get artied, so you gotta hide anyway, because otherwise you're gonna keep getting artied. And whenever you move, they're just... I'm convinced they aren't real people. Do you know what I mean? It's, I gotta play fewer video games, man. I gotta get out more. It's giving me a very detrimental view on the human condition. Because you see these people and you're like, oh my god. No wonder they call us all cattle. No wonder they treat us like crap. The powers that be. So here we go. We've actually got somebody trying something here. The PT-76 Rush. He's got the smoke. He's not got the AA. He's not got the infantry. It's just a bunch of PT-76s. Basically what I'm saying is Epstein was right. We are the inferior race and we deserve to be governed over. Do you know what I mean? You see things like this and you're like, yeah, he was completely on the mark. We deserve to be slaves. so I've just put two up next to each other. So yeah, the PT-76 is coming in here. This is another South African domestic invention. Or is it like a Eurocopter or something? It might just be a French Tigre or something. I'm not sure what an Ingwe is. That seems domestic. Of course, the South Africans under sanctions, they had to do everything themselves. I wouldn't Google it. You might be upset. Incredible, incredible. So yeah, no real movement here. I mean, people, they bring in infantry. You can see all the craters. They get to about here or here. They get the shit bombs out of them, and then they go back. The thing is, if Red wants to win, they need to neutralize this zone. So they need to be pushing here. They need to get a foothold in here and put the CV. And the issue, of course, is well, you get hit by arty and stuff, and well, what do you know? They fired again. Although I think it was saved by the Quidgians or whatever they're called. And now here comes the arty, and they've bunched them up nicely so they can both get hit by the arty here. So yeah, he's trying to move, but what he's done is he's clicked behind, so now it's got to turn all the way around. So it'll take some more damage on the spot, because it's still in the same spot. You want to go forwards or backwards, right? You don't want to turn. And now they're, what, trying to take this island? So that they can hide a CV behind it, perhaps. Perhaps not. No supply up for any of this. I mean, it really is mind-boggling. Like, there's no smoke or anything. Okay. How do you know about that? Presumably, the M270s fired from there. We can only assume that they did. Because, you know, obviously there's a big explosion here as well, so they got the CV, which means that they can't spawn things here anymore. So that's a big problem with this game. That is one thing. So when Wano first launched, it was like that, and they fixed it pretty quickly because it was... People were just like, how is this still the case all these years later? So if you complain enough, you can get things to change. It's just you're fighting against like pure entropy. Pure entropy. So that was very cinematic. They lost all their escorts there and the supply ship and so on. So, are they going to fire the recoilless rifle, or... I guess not. But, like, what is it? Is that even... good. Like, oh, it's from the year 1960. Okay, well that makes a lot of sense actually. Starting to make sense now why this is such a piece of junk. It's literally just a patrol boat from 1960. So yeah, truly we are the Red Dragon, right? We are the Wargame Red Dragon. I'm not sure why these are not in real colours, given that they are on the map. They are there. I suppose these guys are not really in real colours either. What? Is that the case for everyone? No, these are real. Is it because I'm like red coded or something, and so all of the blue ones that? No, these are fine. I think it might be because they're in cover. So yeah, Wargame Red Dragon also has another really stupid thing, where when your units get spotted, they stop flashing. Even if you don't know, even if you don't see the guy who spotted you, your unit will just stop flashing. So you know you've been spotted. You've just got the heebie-jeebies, right? Even though you can't see anything, it'll just stop flashing, and you'll know that you've been spotted. Now in Wano it's different. In Wano it's just, it gives you the... It just tells you if you're in cover or not. You're flashing if you're in cover. So you're spotted, not spotted, doesn't matter, it's just telling you you're in cover. So yeah, some things do get better. So here we've got some proletarians. Shock trained apparently. These are also shock trained, but they're 25 points and these are 15. It's the weapons. Like the AT on this is incredible, 23 AP. Really, really good. T55M Matties. 50 points for a T55, that would be 100 Wano bucks, which is about right. Although it's got 17 AP, which I think is a bit more than they have in, it's like 14 on Warnope. So they're buying some more boats. For whatever reason, there's a heavy tank over here. It must be. It must be when they're in cover they start flashing, because... Yes, this has done the same thing. They've all done the same thing, yes, okay. So we've learnt something today, so this wasn't a complete loss. For whatever reason, they know that's there. Might be this. Might be the fact that they saw them drop off from the helos. Will they move? No. No, they will not move. M48As are it's like a T72, I think. It's like a mega T72. Has max range at 19 pen for whatever reason. They get a recon T72 as well, which has better stealth. It's obviously ridiculous, but just put some trees on it. It's better stealth now. I don't know what to say. I don't know how he saw. Must be the vision over water. Must just be really, really far. Because yeah, there is a recon here, right? So maybe that's why. I mean, it must have done. Or these guys saw it. There's no LOS tool, right? So we can't check. This is napalm now for the bridge. I mean, it's cool that they're actually trying something new, right? But that's not allowed in this game. You got to sit there on your side of the river and buy arty. That's Wargame Red Dragon for you. So if you're ever playing Wano and you're like, man, things could be better, you're right. Things could also be a lot worse. You could be playing this pile of wank. This is new. So that's a French Super Puma with a bunch of guns on it. And it's been given a rhinoplasty as well. A bit ball at the front. Medium optics, so I'm not sure the big nose has done the right job, but I mean, it's got air-to-air missiles on it, so And it's got a 20mm autocannon on it. And yeah, from the other side of the map you can hear this thing shooting. They're not even bothering to move. The sound has hit them too much. The sound hitting them has just made them... like, it's just paralysed them. They don't know what to do. They've been hit by the sound cannon. So these guys, you know, he was like, oh shit, we're being shot. So he moved them a little bit and then just kind of stopped. And so they're still there getting shot at. Oh wow, they made it in. So these are 15 men shock with, you know, 15 SMGs. So really nice at close range. The issue, of course, is anti-helo probably not so amazing. Oh, my ears. What? They're killing everybody. What's going on? Oh, it's these guys, the silos. There's a show. It's on Apple TV, so you might want to, you know, find alternative avenues of acquiring it, called Silo. And I'll be honest, it's not very good, but I'm kind of hooked and I need to know what happens. The issue is there's a book, so I could just go read the book. But the book's always different to the show, and also I can't read anymore because I've spent too much time on my phone, and now I can't read, so that's not great, but it is what it is. And as you can see, it's not too much to armour, but neither do the regular rockets in Wano, right? So it's all good, it's all good. So yeah, 10 minutes left. We're almost there, guys, don't worry. Eventually they all just start leaving, at which point I'll just speed up. Yeah, 15 points for a wheeled 2 armor autocannon 20mm is incredible. That's something we are missing in Wano. We've got no proper wheeled autocannons. There was the 5E's VAB used to just be... It used to be really good. The VAB T20, all the infantry used to come with it. Or at least most of them, right? And it used to just be a regular autocannon, and autocannons used to be stronger than they are now. But they re-rolled it as an AA gun, which at the time was a good idea. But, you know, we've not had any, because they've announced the Marines, right? And we don't get LAVs with infantry in them. Oh, we do, but it's in the recon tab. Like, you don't just get... or like a BTR-80 or something, just something that is just regular dudes with autocannons on wheels. I mean, you don't really need it if you've got grenade launchers on wheels, right? But they are different, because the autocannons generally are better against... They've done it! They've done it! And here comes the panic bomber to kill everybody! Wow! What an awful video game. What an awful video game. So, what is happening here? These aren't even defense ones, so they're all just gonna get... Is he not gonna shoot at the thing? I know, I suppose these are. What? Some of them are. So, the Moskets are, the Komars are not. This is 500 points, so... I'm not sure why it just stopped shooting. So yeah, Red, they've managed to accomplish something. Although they've just kind of stopped. Like, they need recon. That's... They don't... Why not hide this behind that? Why not hide? That's... Yeah, this is perfect. How did that take them so long to figure out? They just put an infantry on the island. So, yeah, big attack from Red. I mean, will it be enough? That's the big question. Keep in mind that they're 3 guys who have to work together. Like, I'd honestly rather be on the team of 2. Because you get the extra points, you get the extra availability, so it doesn't really matter. It's actually good. I'd rather have control of my own destiny than, you know, some pleb spending my income. Sleeping in my bed. Eating my food. So why aren't the muskets shooting those? Oh, because they're Hellfires, they're not classed as... So for whatever reason, they can't shoot down ATGMs, but they can shoot down the missiles, I suppose, because they're bigger or whatever, so... This is probably just going to die, because they just don't seem to be able to do anything. I mean, the torpedoes not even shoot it, I mean... Epstein was right. We are nothing but animals. We are goy cattle to be abused by those who have power over us. Truly, I see this and I think to myself, we do not deserve our freedom. Not sure what these are. Anti-ship things which also apparently just can't shoot at this. I mean, I understand why they're bringing them now. Missiles can't be intercepted. These apparently, anti-ship things can't shoot at them. It's so strange. This can't shoot back because it's been critted, so... Got all these helos and they can't do anything about it. Because this isn't a boat, apparently. This is not a ship, it's a boat or something. And there it goes. 500 points. I don't know what to say. It's obviously ridiculous. So, presumably that Undava's gonna die. No, it doesn't. The range was too big. Everything survived, I think. There might have been like one transport died or something, but... And the FOB's, basically untouched. It's not like Wano. Obviously, it doesn't really make much sense that you could shoot a FOB so many times. And this is supposedly just a massive ammo dump, and it doesn't just explode. In Wano, they've got a much more realistic HP. In Red Dragon, you really do have to shoot it for like 5 minutes to kill it. Look how much HP it's got. 30. You do get it eventually, but it takes you a long time. As you can see, that cluster did nothing to it. If that was a Wano FOB, I believe it would be dead. 3 M270 volleys hit it. So yeah, the mega ship died. And with it, my hopes and dreams. I just don't know what else to talk about. So yeah, Blue's back in here, right? Not particularly surprising. It's very easy to just sit there. And so they just need to buy another CV, which they haven't done. I mean, they've got one here, but for whatever reason, they've just got loads and loads of CVs in here, all on top of each other, rather than... You can't view queued orders anyway, so we can assume that this is going over there. Whether or not CVs boost veterancy in this game, I'm not actually sure if they do. This is at 3, so let's wait for it to get further away and see if it goes down to 2. There's like one more rank of veterancy in this game, so it's a little different in that regard. But this is 4. It's still... I mean, these are special forces, so... Yeah, I don't think they are. I don't think it's buffing them. Oryx, which is what exactly? Another Super Puma. Taking its sweet time crashing there. Did a little bounce there, I don't know if you noticed. So, yeah, I mean, 4 minutes left, it's looking pretty over to me, so we're just going to speed it up. Because, like, nothing's really happening. Suppose there might be an attack here. Over this thing. I mean, yeah, like, Red could get a CV in and then they'd start ticking. It's honestly inspirational that it took them so long to figure that out. Like, yeah, you could hide the ship, but yeah, you could also just bring one on the island like your opponent's doing. This is interesting. This must be how they were spotting all the stuff. Maybe it's not the first time they've done that. But there is an AA there, so down it goes. And yeah, with 2 minutes left, I mean, if they want to attack, they got to do it, but I don't think they want to attack. I think they just want to sit there and win on the timer. I think that's what they want to do. So, big air wave out here at the end. We got lots of AMRAAMs, lots of AMRAAMs. I don't see any like bombers. They're all just fighters. I guess they were taking out the enemy bombers. MiG-29 definitely is not going to beat all this. He shouldn't have bothered evac in that. It's just although in this game the plane guns aren't nearly as good as they are in the other game. And there you go. So truly an inspirational game of Red Dragon. Truly incredible. I'm going to go repeatedly smash my head against a wall, and I hope you have a lovely day.